Hello everybody, and I am back with another Should You Try video. This is a series where I try a game on Xbox Game Pass, give you my thoughts, share some gameplay, and let you know if I think it's worth checking out. In this video, I'm going to be showing off Cocoon. This is a puzzle adventure game where you play as a beetle who hops between worlds, collecting different orbs that are needed to solve various puzzles throughout the game. While this game is mainly about solving puzzles, there are also some fun boss fights that offer a fun challenge and break from the puzzles. It took me around 4-ish hours to beat the game, but if you're an excellent puzzle solver, you can probably beat this game in under 4 hours. It's a nice, engaging short game that will give your mind a workout and provide you with a relaxing and engaging experience. While the puzzles can be pretty tough in the last half of the game, I never felt myself getting too frustrated, and I enjoyed almost everything about this game. This game is really pretty. Each world you visit will have its own unique design that is really stunning to look at. The colors of each world are all nice, and the environments range from a desert world to an alien spaceship-like world. There's not too much going on in the background of these levels, but the calming music in each world pairs well with the scenic environment and together sets an ambiance that makes this game really fun, engaging, and relaxing to play. I found myself chilling and enjoying the atmosphere of each world as I solved the puzzles each world offered, and I really enjoyed my time going through each world. I also enjoyed how each world had its own color theme. This really helped each world stand apart. The color themes made each world stand out, and they were so nice to look at as you went through the world and solved the puzzles. The boss fight arenas were also pretty cool looking, as well as the boss designs themselves. Overall, this was a really pretty game to look at, and it sort of had like a minimalistic vibe to it. It's overall a really pretty game to look at, and I enjoyed the minimalistic design of each world and the use of different color themes to really help each world pop and stand out. The puzzles in this game vary in difficulty and all build on mechanics from the previous world through orbs you collect. Each orb allows you to use a new mechanic as well as access previous worlds. As you collect more orbs, you essentially collect more orbs and mechanics that you'll need to figure out how to use or where to place them so that you can solve a new puzzle. In the early game, you'll find that the puzzles aren't that challenging, but as the game progresses, the difficulty scales as well. I breezed through the first half of the game, but towards the end of the game, when you have all the orbs, as well as all the worlds, the puzzles can get a little difficult. I spent a good 10 minutes of trial and error trying to find the right sequence of movements and or positioning to solve the puzzle. And when I finally figured it out, I would kick myself a little because in hindsight, the solution to the puzzle seemed so easy. But that's part of the fun of playing through this game. It's such a simple game, and it doesn't feel like you have a lot of items or actions available to you because you essentially really just have 3 orbs. But the way the game uses the orbs makes it so that there's a ton of different combinations or sequences that you could try out in order to solve the puzzle. So what feels like a simple puzzle game can actually get complex towards the later half of the game when you have all 3 orbs, and all 3 orbs are their own unique world, and they all have their own unique mechanic. On top of the puzzles, this game also offers boss fights. I was really surprised with how fun they all were. With each fight, you'll need to use the world's orbs mechanics to defeat that boss. You'll find yourself warping, flying, or running to defeat bosses, and each boss fight has its own unique mechanic that you'll need to figure out in order to beat it. Some boss fights were easy, others were pretty challenging. All boss fights were fun though. Boss fights were an awesome addition because it gives you a fun break from solving puzzles, and it felt like a reward for clearing the world and solving all the puzzles for that world. The bosses all looked cool as well, and their attacks were really fun to figure out and navigate around. My only complaint about this game is that it felt like there should have been a final boss fight, but after solving the final world's puzzles, the game just ends. Visually, you see a final boss-like creature, but there is no fight. That left me feeling a little unsatisfied, but other than that, this game was a blast to play. This game feels like a good mind workout. It requires you to put some mental effort into it in order to figure out how to solve the puzzle, because it doesn't outright tell you what to do. You're dropped into the world and need to figure out what to do on your own. In some ways, this reminded me of Tunic, where there's no instructions. In this game, you just have access to one button, and you need to push that button to do a bunch of different things to beat the puzzle and beat the bosses. And overall, it's a really fun game. I had a blast playing it. It's a pretty short game, and so if you're looking for something short and sweet, this is an awesome pick. I'd recommend checking this game while it's on Game Pass. It's one of the best puzzle games I've played this year. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.